From Super League to Olympic distance to age group world records to Kona. Go longer with the right fuel at the right time with SFuels.
Poncho Man, everybody! Yeah! Welcome to our 5th year of Breakfast with Bob Championship Edition from beautiful Four Seasons Resort, Hualalai. My name is Bob Babbitt. We are brought to you by Master Spas, SFuels Go Longer, HOKA Let's Fly, Form Smart Swim Goggles, Quintanaroo Zoot, the original triathlon brand, of course, our Challenge Athletes Foundation. Our next guest has been third twice here at the Ironman World Championship, and she is also the 2019 Ironman World Champion. Give it up for the great Anne Haug. Actually, 3 times second place.
Yes.
3 times second place. First time here in Kona, gets third. And then you got third again in St. George. And here.
Yeah, it's a year of third places, I think.
But your year has been phenomenal. You won Challenge Roth for the second year in a row. And being a German athlete and winning Challenge Roth, that has to be really special.
Yeah, it's always special for me, and it always puts me a little bit under pressure because I want to do extra good. So I always go to trainings camp and want to pull out the best time I can do. So unfortunately I missed it by 4 minutes, but it's a good motivation to come back and do better the next time.
Exactly, and like we were just saying, this is rookie day. We had so many rookies. Chelsea Sodaro was so strong all day long, and it's funny when we start looking at athletes and we think, oh gosh, we don't know a lot about them. But when you look back, she was an elite runner.
Exactly.
And didn't get into this until 2017. But does it surprise you that someone learns to swim and ride the bike that well in such a short period of time?
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, she pulled out an absolutely amazing race, and I think with the 2 years of COVID, we don't had a lot of people on the radar, because there was just no racing out there. And this year was special because all the people have trained very well, and you can see it in the men's race as well. All the podium is made out of rookies. So in 3 years a lot of things can change. We have still a young sport, so there's a big development in our sports, and it's nice to see new fresh faces coming up and pulling out such strong performances. When
we look at the St. George race, and we saw during the marathon, there's Kat, right? Kat Matthews, and Annie's gaining. Then it got to a point where all of a sudden you used a lot of energy to get close.
It made a big plop, yeah.
It's hard, right? Even when you see them, the other day, Lucy's there, and you're in third, and you're like, 30 seconds? I'm sure people are telling you the whole time, she's right there.
Yeah, it was that was the toughest part, to be honest, because I run, I think, 1.5 hours, just 30 seconds behind her, and every age grouper passing me said, oh, she's just in front of you, we'll catch her. You think, oh, fuck, I do everything, but I can't catch her. And in the end, it's a battle against yourself, If you pull the trigger too hard, then you overcook. So you have to be really patient and do what you can. And in the end, it's all about having enough energy. And I definitely run out of energy because I think I burned too much matches on the bike and couldn't get enough energy in it. So I was really tired on the run, and I couldn't pull out a marathon I would have wished for, but I mean, you have to deal what you get on the day.
And when you look at your times, with a 57-minute swim and a 4:41, it wasn't that long ago where women going under 5 hours was very rare. Now everybody is, and so many more people are getting closer to 3 hours on the marathon. The level of competition on the women's side has gone through the roof.
Yeah, because I think we are a young sport still, and the development is just crazy. Not just the athletes get better, but all the material gets better. I mean, the bikes get faster, the shoes get quicker. So, I mean, it's great to see, and you always have to work on yourself, because if you keep the same level, you're just not good enough the next year. And that pushes me to get out and work harder on myself to be competitive.
And this last couple of years, the Professional Triathletes Organization has come into the sport, and I think they've created some great. They've created a little support for sport. They had the U.S. Open with $1 million, the Canadian Open with $1 million, the Collins Cup with $1.5 million. How important has that been for you as a professional athlete?
Yeah, it's crazy important, especially in the years of COVID, where we all struggled to be able to live from our sport because everything was cancelled, and our sponsors are companies as well who struggled money-wise. So it was a big support from the PTO to provide races where we can earn money, and being really supportive, so it helps a lot. And not just the top 3 girls and guys, but for everyone who is like competing professionally. So I mean, it was like a big support, and big thanks to them.
How fun was it for you to wake up yesterday morning and go, the boys are racing, I'm done?
Yeah, it's an amazing feeling, to be honest, because you feel so relieved and you can really enjoy the race of the guys and really soak everything in. And yeah, it's amazing.
What'd you do during the race?
I sadly couldn't do a lot because my feet were just so swollen and damaged that I have to lie on the couch with the feet up, and my physio had to treat me 3 times a day to get all the water and inflammation out of my feet. So yeah, I had to watch it on via live stream.
How much of an impact have the carbon shoes made in terms of the run?
Yeah, I think it makes a big difference, especially in terms of recovery.
Yes.
Because they are so
point.
cushioned that you don't have this muscle problems afterwards. And I think the biggest impact is that you don't get tired so much. Your muscles don't hurt so much because of the cushioned soles.
Right.
And yeah, if you are in pain and if your muscles can work longer, you can run faster.
So the first time you're here, you get third. The second time you win. The next time you come here, you get third again. What is it about this island that connects so well with you?
I don't know, because I always have a big respect of the environment of the race, because it's just so super tough. And but apparently the island was always very friendly to me, and I always have good memories, and maybe that's the key. You need to enjoy it a bit, and you need to be willing to go the deepest you can. And it's tough for everyone, and it's a big struggle, and it's a fight mostly against yourself, and I really enjoyed that.
I remember years ago, Jan Frodeno won this race, and I was talking to him afterwards, and it looked easy from the outside. We're sitting in air conditioning watching him win. It seemed pretty easy. And I said, this looked like an easier race for you. He goes, I was planning to drop out 15 times. So that the mental side of this is just so tough, because you know how much it's going to hurt later.
Yeah. I mean, it constantly hurts. I mean, you always have this negative thoughts in your mind, but that's the challenge. You always have to, every time a bad thought pops up, you have to like smash it down with a good one, because that's the challenge. Yeah, you have to push. Also, every fiber in your body screams, "Oh, stop! Lie on the side and have a nap." But it's Ironman racing, you know.
Exactly. When you get third the first time out, did you immediately start thinking, okay, I do well at this island, I can win this race?
I mean, you always push yourself in training by the dreams of winning such a race, but even if you prepared the best and have done everything, winning a race is always something extra special, because on this day, every little piece of the puzzle have to come together, and you need the luck a little bit on your side as well. So I think you can always pull out a strong performance, but to win it, everything has to come together, and that makes winning so super special, and you can't take it for granted. And every race starts from zero, and you have to fight for it, and that's a good thing, that on the start line everyone is the same and everyone has the same chances, and that makes winning so super special.
So when I look back, I think people think that you sort of came out of nowhere when you got third at the Kona, right? The first time it's like, oh, I've never heard of her before. You've been in the sport forever. And I look back at the 2012 Olympics, and there was Lisa Norden, who was second, and you were there. And Daniela Reef was 40th, and Flora Duffy, who became Olympic champion, was 45th. Yeah. Sarah True was 4th. So a lot of these women, you've been racing forever and ever.
Yeah, it's just really nice because I was in the same training squad with Lisa Norden at that time with Darren Smith, and we went together to the Olympic Games, and yeah, it's just nice to see all the friendly faces back racing again on the long course. And it's a small community, and it's always nice to race with the girl even for such a long time. And yeah, it's just amazing to see them doing so well on the long course as well.
The other thing, when you look at the women's side of this, what I love about this sport, it's really on race day, it's you against you and you against the course. And the other people, they can be your friends. Obviously, you want to beat them on that day. But can there be real friendships with people you have to beat?
Yeah, I think it can, because, I mean, you need the others to push each other in training, and you always build like little training squads. I mean, I swam a lot with Maya because we trained at Club La Santa, and so you always share some training session. But on race day, of course, everyone wants to beat each other. But afterwards, we are all friendly and friends for sure. Yeah.
What do you look at as, obviously, the Ironman World Championship is the one people will connect you with forever. It's one of those iconic races. But is there one race over the years that maybe means more to you or meant a lot to you at the time?
I mean, my one side of my heart is always with the Olympic distance, and
Yes.
to make the Olympic Games was something really special in my life. So I think every sportsman dreams of the Olympic Games, and I was fortunate enough to get it twice. And also I never got the result I was wished for. It was like a big milestone in my career. And on the other side, of course, winning here, Ironman Hawaii. So I think I made, I am very fortunate to have both of these careers, and
Yes.
I don't want to miss one of it.
It's funny because you, like you said, it is almost like two careers.
Yeah.
Because you're focused on the short distance, and there's more tactics in that, and not all. I mean, the best person probably wins, but because of the drafting and the rest of
Yeah.
it, not always.
Yeah,
But
no,
this is a
it's-
little more pure.
It is, yeah, but I mean, it's just two completely different things. So short course is short and fast and racing against the others, and Ironman is more being really patient and race against yourself, beat yourself first before racing the others. So it's completely different.
How about a round of applause for Anne Haug? Third place yesterday, bronze medal. Poncho Man, take us out.
Are you ready to go? Good morning, Hawaii. It's the Breakfast with Bob morning show. Chee-hoo.
Poncho Man, everybody.